She thinks she's done with you, but there's one moment every woman faces that makes her regret leaving, and it always hits when you least expect it. Maybe this feels familiar. She said she needed space. She said she wasn't happy anymore. You tried to reason with her, tried to make her see the version of you that only she used to bring out, but no matter what you said, she drifted further away. And now it's quiet. No messages, no calls, just that empty space where her energy used to live. If this is you, you've probably replayed the last moments in your head 1,000 times. What you said, what you should have said. You wonder if she's thinking about you right now, or if she's already laughing with someone else, scrolling through her phone like you never existed. You're not desperate, you just want peace. But deep down, there's that ache, the one that whispers, she'll come back. She has to, because how could someone feel everything you shared and just walk away like it meant nothing? Maybe you've tried to move on, hit the gym, focused on your goals, told yourself you're fine, but then it hits, her memory out of nowhere, a song, a scent, a random moment, and suddenly you're right back there again, remembering how she used to look at you like you were her world, and you can't help but wonder, what if there's something she's not telling you? What if every woman who walks away eventually faces the same moment, the one that makes her realize she made the biggest mistake of her life? Because if that's true, her silence isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something she'll soon regret. But when that moment finally hits her, will you still be the same man she left? Most men get this part wrong. They think if they can just prove how much they care, she'll finally see their worth. They chase, they text, they apologize, trying to fix something that was never broken by effort, but by energy. See, when a woman walks away, she's not testing your love, she's testing your center, the part of you that stays unmoved when everything around you collapses. Most men fail that test because they start living from fear instead of from purpose. They make her the mission, and the moment you make a woman your mission, she loses the feeling that made her attracted to you in the first place. What she fell for wasn't your attention. It was your certainty, your calm, your sense that you didn't need her, you simply chose her. That's the difference between men who get walked on and men she can't forget. You see, women don't come back because you convince them to. They come back because they feel your absence. Because while they're out chasing temporary emotions, you've been rebuilding your frame, quiet, focused, and unbothered. Masculine energy doesn't beg. It doesn't chase. It attracts by discipline and self-control. The less you try to make her remember you, the more her mind starts doing it on its own. And that's the irony. The moment you finally stop needing her to return is the exact moment she starts to feel the pull to come back. He saw her again for the first time in months, not in person, just her name lighting up on his screen. That same name he used to wake up to every morning, now glowing like a ghost from another life. For a second, his heart tightened. He almost smiled, but then he stopped himself. He didn't open the message. He just stared at it, calm, quiet, unread, because he remembered the nights that came before this. The long silence, the way she walked out without looking back, the sound of that door closing, echoing louder than any words could. He remembered how he begged his mind to stop replaying her laughter, how he hated how familiar the loneliness had become. But time did something strange. It didn't heal him, it hardened him. Every morning he showed up, at the gym, at work, in the mirror, and somewhere along the way, her memory stopped controlling him. His face changed, his tone changed, his energy different. And now she could feel it. Because women always feel it when the man they left behind becomes someone she no longer recognizes. That's when the confusion starts, the doubt, the regret, the nights she scrolls through old photos, wondering how she ever thought she could do better. She'll tell herself she just wanted to check in, that she's happy for him. But beneath it, she's craving that feeling again, the one where she was safe in his presence. And he knows it. He doesn't need to reply. Because for the first time, she's the one feeling what he once felt, the pull, the silence, the loss. And in that moment, she finally understands what he did long ago. She didn't walk away from a man, she walked away from her peace. Most men believe that getting her back means convincing her. They think if they say the right words, send the right text, or show enough change, she'll finally see their worth. But that's the first illusion. You can't negotiate attraction. You can't talk your way back into respect. The moment you start trying to prove your value, you've already placed her above you. And women don't fall for men they pity. They fall for men they feel. The second belief? That distance means she's moved on. It doesn't. Distance is what reveals emotional gravity. The harder you chase, the more she pulls away. But when you finally stop, when your silence stops coming from pain and starts coming from peace, that's when she feels the void. She starts wondering who you've become in her absence. And that's when the shift begins. The third lie men tell themselves is that she left because he wasn't enough. The truth is, she left because she stopped feeling who he was. Somewhere along the line, he lost his edge. Not the angry kind, but the grounded, calm, masculine presence that made her trust him in the first place. She didn't ghost you. You disappeared from yourself. Every man has to face that mirror. You either keep chasing her shadow, or you become the kind of man who no longer needs her light. Because women return to energy, not effort. To stability, not sympathy. To mystery, not explanation. She'll remember you not because of what you said after she left, but because of what you became when she wasn't there. That's what burns in her memory. That's what brings her back. She didn't leave you for another man. She left because you stopped being the man she admired. She doesn't need to see your pain. She needs to feel your power. Let her feel your absence more than she ever felt your presence. And when you finally understand that, you won't be waiting for her to return. You'll be too busy becoming the man she'll never get over. The 1% head man doesn't react when she pulls away. He recalibrates. He understands that her distance isn't rejection, it's information. It's showing him exactly where his emotional power ends and where it needs to grow. While most men panic, chase, and lose their frame, he stays. He understands that love is never lost. It's only redirected. That if she truly connected with who he is at his core, she'll feel it again when he's no longer waiting for her to. While other men are trapped in reaction, the 1% headman stands in response, steady, disciplined, unmoved, because he knows he doesn't need her to come back to prove his worth. He just needs to rise so high that when she looks back, she finally sees the man she never really understood the first time. It hits him one night, not like a thunderstorm, but like silence finally speaking. The kind of silence that doesn't hurt anymore. He's sitting there, phone in hand, scrolling through old photos, and for the first time, he doesn't feel the same pull. Her smile doesn't sting. Her memory doesn't demand attention. It just exists, like a chapter that once meant everything, but no longer defines the story. Something inside him shifts. He realizes he's been waiting, not for her message, but for permission. Permission to move on, permission to stop feeling guilty for wanting peace. And in that moment, he gives himself what he kept hoping she would: closure. He looks around his space. It's quiet, but not empty anymore. The same walls that once felt suffocating now feel sacred. The same mirror he avoided now shows a man who's been through fire, but came out forged. He remembers the mornings he got up when he didn't want to. The nights he didn't text her even when it burned, the discipline that rebuilt him piece by piece. He realizes she was never the reason he hurt. His attachment was. She didn't break him. She revealed where he had forgotten himself. And in remembering that, he feels something powerful. Not anger, not pride, but peace. He doesn't need her apology. He doesn't need her return, because for the first time, he's not chasing her energy. He's embodying his own, and deep down he knows if she ever does come back, it won't be because she finally saw his value. It'll be because he finally did. She will return, but not because of what you say or what you post or how much you've changed. She'll return because the energy she once felt from you is now stronger than ever, only this time it's not reaching for her, it's radiating from you. The man who once waited has become the man who walks forward. The silence that used to hurt now commands respect. And when she feels that shift, she'll remember what she lost. Because in the end, she doesn't chase the man she left. She chases the man he became without her.